I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rikah HaKudash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akyam pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. All right. The Spirit, today I'm in Mark 13. I'm going to start at the top. It says, As he went out of the temple, one of the disciples saith unto him, Master, see what manner of stones and what buildings are here. And Yahushua answering said unto him, Seest thou that these great buildings, there shall not be left one stone upon another, and shall not be thrown down. Because Yahushua was explaining the destruction, the signs of the end of the age that was coming, right? It says in verse 3, And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives over against the temple, Peter and James and John and Andrew asked him privately, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign when all these things shall be fulfilled? All right, and because these men were prophets and in the spirit, they were in the right spirit. They were basically asking Yahushua, when is the end coming? Because they understood that the end, like a lot of these heathen, a lot of these 2/3, a lot of our people, they think that the end is a bad thing, right? They're afraid of the end to come. But the end of Esau's kingdom, you have to understand, is the beginning of our kingdom. So why would you not want the end to be ushered in, right? Let me see. Let me get this. 2 Ezra 6. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right? So Esau, the so-called white man, the end of his world is the beginning of our world. Jacob is the beginning of that followeth, is because this is the Israelites. We will come into rulership. So the so-called white man's end is our beginning. All right? It'll be the kingdom. And the disciples, they understood this. So this is why they were in that right spirit. When is the end going to happen? When is this going to be fulfilled? Okay? So fast forward to today, people are not in that spirit. Like I say, they don't want the end to come. Even in their captivity, even in their slavery, even in their suffering, even in their oppression, they're foolish because in their spirit they still want this place to continue, and they, like I say, they fear the end of the world. But if you're in the right spirit, you actually welcome the destruction. You welcome the end of Esau's kingdom. See? Mark 13, and I'm at 4. And verse 5. And Yahushua answering them began to say, Take heed lest any man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, or Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. All right, and there's tons of false prophets, man. We're in the day and age where there's more false prophets than any time in the history. And you get like I've said in the past, or I've said in a few other videos, if you have a TikTok and the algorithms, they what happens is the algorithm will send just thousands of false prophets on my TikTok. You click on the lives, and they're all these men and women false prophesying this truth, pushing, false narratives, pushing lies. And, the thing is they're in such strong delusion, they don't even understand or realize that they're pushing lies. But this is prophecy fulfilled, because what I just read, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Mashiach, and shall deceive many, right? So they're deceiving the people who are not of the elect, because we know that the elect are not able to be deceived. It tells us that in Matthew 24. For there shall arise false Hamashiachs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, in so much that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. So all these false prophets on TikTok and all over, and I'm just using TikTok as an example because they are prevalent on that app. It's a platform filled with false prophets, to say the least. All right. So this is prophecy being fulfilled. Okay. Let me get to Mark 13 and 5. I'll read it again. Yahushua answering them began to say, Take heed, and lest any man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, be ye not troubled, for such things must be, but the end shall not be yet. Right. You see, we're in this knowledge and this truth, so a lot of people right now are freaking out because they're like, oh my God, Hamas and Israel and, that stuff that's going on in the Middle East. They're all worried because they think World War III is going to pop off right away. But the prophets, we understand, we still have other prophecies that need to be fulfilled. With the major prophecy that I'm speaking about would be the mark of the beast, which is the so-called, or the RFID microchip. The Lord's men, we understand that this prophecy has to be fulfilled before the World War III, before the third woe spoken of in Revelation is going to come to pass. You still have to have that microchip to be ushered in, the mark of the beast, all right? But even once that happens, the ones who are in the right spirit, we actually still want the kingdom to be ushered in. We still want World War III. We hope and pray for World War III after, but we know that microchip has to be first, because the prophecies they there's an order even in the prophecies. Okay, so they're not going to come out of order. So we're not quite to the end, but we're very close. Verse 8: For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in diverse places, and there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginnings of sorrows. So these are signs of the end. And these things are happening, nation rising up against nation, earthquakes in diverse places, famines, different trouble, uproars of the people, speaks of in Second Esdras 15:16. There's a lot of end time prophecy in those chapters in the book of Esdras. All right, let me keep reading. But take heed to yourselves, for they shall deliver you up to councils, and in synagogues ye shall be beaten, and ye shall be brought before rulers and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them. All right, so these things are going to happen to the men of the Lord, in this time. We know Esau Edom, he's going to persecute the Lord's prophets, the men who are actually speaking the true knowledge. There's fake Christian doctrine, these fake philosophies that are on the earth. No, those people are not going to get persecuted the way they're going to come up against the true men of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. But when they do persecute us, they're cursing themselves. It's a testimony against themselves. Verse 10. And the gospel must be first published among all nations. So before the end comes, the gospel, meaning this knowledge and this truth, it has to be published. When you go into that word publish, it means to bring out. It means to broadcast. These are similar words. To spread the truth. These are another word. Spread, distribute, report, announce, declare, put out, issue. You see? Proclaim, herald, reveal, disclose, leak. You see, this is what these are words. If you look up the word publish, those are all similar words. So this truth is going to be put out. This truth is going to be leaked out. This truth is going to be reported. This truth is going to be announced. This truth is going to be made public. The truth is going to be brought out. Okay? This is why the end is coming, because now the actual truth is being brought out. You know, this is how, if you're a discerner of knowledge and you're able to recognize, you can easily see that, say, hey,